Live 253 or something like that. Oh my god. I hate computers. I hate technology. They're not my biggest fan today. They really aren't. So hopefully Jason can join now. How I hate technology, guys, some of the time. Just click on the link that I sent you, Jason, when you join. One minute again. So, copy this link. Yeah. GH6. Try copying that, Jason. Oh my god.
Yep. Right, well, finally.
Yeah, finally, about time. Yeah. No, I'm not saying you've wasted. You've wasted time. I've wasted the time by trying to get the hang of it. It's probably because of not used this app in ages, and I had to sign in everything because silly me. We set it to factory settings, so that's probably why it's taking quite a bit. But yeah, welcome to live.
Cheers. I have a child behind me. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh. Child, you're supposed to be with your mother. Uh-oh. Becca? We have a child thief.
I'm coming.
Sorry about this. She's taking stuff off your side of the
What are you doing?
bed.
No, get off the controls. To you too. Come on. No.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Right, yeah. Now she's gone. Right.
Okay, so yeah, welcome to the live after, as I said, God knows how many attempts it's took to get this working, but yeah, welcome to the live. So, as I've put in the description, we are going to be talking about LGBTQIA and what us LGBTQIAs have to witness on a daily basis, including homophobia, transphobia, and biphobia.
Okay.
So, who would like to start, me or you? Because I've not really witnessed anything, really.
Haven't you? Oh, I've had tons.
I think I had one, but I can't actually remember like more during college when I was at college, because I don't think the college really understood about orientation really, because it was a specialist college like people like myself, and because I have additional needs and all that, I don't think they really understood that it was right to have a relationship. You had to get with someone in the college, like they wanted, like when it was a prom, they wouldn't do a prom because I said, could I invite Darren? And they said, yeah, that's absolutely fine, you can invite Darren and all that. Then they cancelled that. I know this is not really LGBT related, so that I would, it near enough is, because you'd class that near enough homophobia, because like not inviting someone from outside the college. And then the first time I met him, not first time I met him, mostly when I brought him to college one of the day. I was talking about him and all that kind of stuff. And this old hag of a woman thought it was a good idea to say, oh yeah, your relationship won't last long. You won't be together for that long. Well, we proved you wrong, love. We've been together for blooming years.
Some people are just stupid.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. But yeah.
I think it's just lack of education.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, people, they just assume things, and 99% they're completely wrong.
They are. That's what we need to have a bit more, I think. Like, I know they're saying they're putting it in schools. Well, I'm not 100% because I've heard this. Well, I don't think there's very much they're learning.
Yeah, they're starting to learn more. I've been asked to go into schools as well and help with the education.
You've gone quiet.
Which I'm going to start doing.
Yeah.
I've done Pride in school.
Yeah.
That was quite cool. And also Northern Pride. You do like Newcastle Pride. I collaborated with them and basically did like a presentation
Yeah.
at a school saying about like what Northern Pride wants to do to help schools and education and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That went down well. More schools now are allowing volunteers to go in through the diversity role model scheme.
Rings a bell. I'm not 100%. They ring a bell.
So that's like it's actually a wide range of people like with disabilities, learning disabilities, and like physical disabilities. And then you've got your LGBTQIA going in and giving life experience stories to help educate people as well.
Yeah.
And that's going down really well.
Yeah.
I have had a friend of mine's daughter.
Yeah.
She's just turned 10, and she just on a whim, just at home, did a drawing, and it was all the most common LGBT flags.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, at 10, I had no idea.
I don't think any of us would at 10. None of us, I don't think, would know when we're 10.
And no, she said she was learning it at school. So I was quite impressed with that, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And all the flags underneath had all the meanings as well. So they've actually done pretty well.
Yeah. They've definitely learned a lot then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. In fact, Becca went on a cruise with my best mate's wife and their daughter, which is the one I'm talking to you about. And Becca,
you mean the Norwegian one? It was the Norwegian one, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, the Norwegian one. Yeah. Well, my mate's daughter went up to Becca and said, "I found the perfect gift for Jason."
Yeah.
And it was, I've actually got it, but I don't know where it is. It's a gold watch,
Yeah.
but on the watch face, it's got the inclusive flag,
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh,
and
that's nice.
it's mint. And she just said that's so Jason, and yeah, so I got bought that, and it's awesome. So yeah, more kids are being taught stuff about um being themselves, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the problem is more the adults who haven't had that education
Yeah.
that are just, well, I mean, when I was in college, I got set light to.
Oh,
Um, yeah, that was fun.
due to the orientation?
Due to me being trans, yeah.
Good God.
Um,
Some horrible, I know I shouldn't be swearing, but some horrible bastards in the world.
oh yeah, there definitely is. I mean, my last attack that's left me disabled was because I'm trans. And that was in 2019. So, it's still going on a lot. Oh. Sorry, you can probably hear
Yeah, it's fine.
Dakota's by the door just having a shout. It's because she knows I'm in here. She's just shouting at the door.
Yeah,
Um, there's far too many attacks going on.
there is.
I mean, yeah, we get the slurs and everything, and name calling. But when it gets to physical attacks as well, oops, excuse me,
Okay.
that's just even more wrong.
We need people like to learn a bit more, like help them learn more, like people like that, whatever her name is, because she would be good if she was still living, like Sylvia Wivaro and Marsha P. Johnson and all them kind of people, because they
Oh
would
yeah.
tell a story about it, but it's a bit highly impossible because they both sadly passed away now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because she only
Right.
passed away a few years ago, didn't she, Sylvia Wivaro or something
Yeah.
like that? But she was doing herself no favors, and like, I'm not saying she done herself no favors, meaning changing gender, because that's how she felt. Was she actually? Was she actually? Was she actually fully female? Because I'm not 100%. I've never known the story really.
Right. Which one you want about, Marsha P. Johnson or the other one?
Sylvia.
Sylvia. I think Sylvia. I don't know whether she was fully transitioned or whether she was transitioning.
Because I only knew her as Sylvia Wivaro, like just her and Marsha P. Johnson during Stonewall and all that. That's all I knew about them because they were good friends. That's all I knew.
Yeah, that's right.
Along with Mark Segel and all them kind of people.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone thinks of Marsha because of obviously her being not just a trans woman, but a trans woman of color as well.
Yeah.
And the fact that she did a lot of activism and stuff along with Sylvia, but people seem to think of Marsha as, I don't know, almost like Marsha was like the head, and then like Sylvia was kind of like her assistantly kind of thing,
Yeah.
So a lot more people think of Marsha when they think of like Stonewall. I mean, the thing that gets me about all that is the fact that Marsha was such an amazing person. Everyone knows. Why do people keep trying to ring me now? Um,
You have explained to him you're doing this, haven't you?
oh, it's just spam calls. So they don't even.
Oh,
It's just ridiculous. Um, yeah, everyone knows like how much Marsha was valued
yeah.
by the LGBT community, and then also kind of like how happy she was within the LGBT community because she stood for something, and there was no way she took her own life, basically.
Yeah, I'm not 100% about that. I did like the documentary. Don't get me wrong, I did like the documentary, but I'm still not 100%. She did do what they claimed.
Nah, yeah, I definitely think it was a police brutality thing there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they raided the inn and all that. It probably was the police. I can see that now. The police were probably lying through their teeth saying, "Oh yeah, she committed suicide." No, she bloody didn't.
She had no reason to commit suicide. She was happy in what she was doing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She was the one that was always telling other people to go on. And she was like always saying, just don't. Basically, she was kind of always telling people to don't let the bastards grind you down.
No,
Always that pay them no mind, pay them no. It was just like ignore them, get on with it.
Yeah.
So for someone to have had that as their like philosophy, why would they kill themselves?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. But I think if she was around now, things would be very different.
They would. But I tell you, you'll probably agree with this. America go a lot more extreme than we do.
Oh god, yeah. Mm. Yeah, I have a lot to do with the trans community over in America, and they are going. I mean, we go through hell, but they go through it a lot worse.
I fell out with a certain few of them because they were like, I done an interview. You've probably seen the interview on my YouTube. If you go on it, I done one with this trans person called Robin Lee McCarter, and she done one like we done a normal interview, and she was talking about how she came out as trans and all that kind of stuff. And then I skipped it a bit and asked her to do a video about a gender dysphoria and all that kind of stuff. And she was absolutely fine with it all to start off with. And then I think she saw her arse when I just wanted to know if she wanted to do any more videos, and so arse because I keep forget because I don't get really the time difference abroad because when we're all awake, they're all still in bed. So
Yeah.
she saw her arse, and another one saw their arse the other day, blocked me on Instagram because they were still in bed, but has kept me on TikTok and all that. And it's like, well, I can't help it. And then expects me to work out what time it is here to their time. It's like, how do you expect me to know that?
Yeah, it does get confusing. I mean, my mum lives in California, and we've now got our head round the time difference. But then that's just one part of America.
Yeah.
You know, there are so many different time zones in the USA. It's unreal.
Yes.
I mean, we know that there's 8 hours between us and my mum, so we work around that easy.
Yeah.
But for other places, got no idea. So yeah, it is difficult being over here and wanting to contact people over there.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to really hit the zones right unless you do like loads of research about them before you
Well, I
try and
was
get
going to do a
contact.
collab on Monday before I was going to do a collab with you. And my mum said, well, if he was real, he wouldn't be asking you for money because I was going to do a collab with Kurt Douglas's son, Michael Douglas.
Right, yeah.
I told my mum the other day, I know this is not really related, but she said if he was real, he wouldn't be asking for money and all that kind of stuff. Well, he had a verified tick, and he had videos on there, and he had his Skype link on there, and I was talking to him absolutely fine, and he's genuine. And when he video called me, his face was on there. So I don't really know, really, but he saw his arse with me as well, because he was trying to con me out of money and trying to sort out the time difference, what time it is for you. And it was like, no, I'm not doing this. And then kicked off at me and say, are you deaf? Are you deaf? Well, I'm not deaf. I just don't get what you mean. The app's not working, mate. Can you just let me do it for free? So I just thought, sod it. And I blocked him and see what else, and left it to that.
Well, Michael Douglas is a huge, well, he's a star, basically.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
And they do charge for their time, which is a bit of a bastard.
Yeah, he said 1 minute, like, you didn't need to pay for money. He said, well, it's nice of you for contacting me, and I'm more than happy to do it. And you don't, I said, do I need to pay? And he went, no, you don't need to pay. And then eventually he perked up saying, oh yeah, you need to download this Coinbase app to send my money to my management, and said nothing about a card till it got to the end saying, oh, you need to put your card info now. So my management get it. 1 minute you tell me I don't need to give money. Next minute you say I just need to give money to your management without any card information. You just need my ID or my driving license. I said, I've got no driving license. Sent him my ID. And he said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. And then tried to con me out with money, saying, how much have you got in your bank? So I don't know if he was genuine or not. But he wouldn't video call me with his full face on there, trying to talk to me or have a go at me. Because he looked right angry. He looked very pissed off, really. Because he said, I don't want to be part of the press. I don't want to be part of the headlines the next day. It's like, well, if you're part of the headlines, that means I'm probably going to get a phone call in a few hours from someone saying, you need to go for an interview. And I'm thinking, I'm not doing that. I'm not made of money. I'm on bloody universal credit, if you don't mind, mate. I know I shouldn't be shouting that out loud because the whole world don't need to know, but I don't care, really. I told him that. But they don't know what universal credit is. They have their own silly system.
Yeah, I mean, that's Social Security, I think it's called over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just broken down into different bits. I mean, Michael Douglas as well, he's quite old.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether his attitude's a bit funny. I don't know.
It can't have been that funny because he seems saying, I'm glad you contacted me, and I'm glad you've taken the time to contact me, and I'll take my own time out. So, because he had an interview or whatever the day before, and then he said, oh yeah, we'll be free all day. I'll fish out some times, just do a scheduled call and all that. So I don't, but it even went through on the actual kind of Skype call. So, and then he said, who the hell is this? And I had to just tell him who I was. But yeah, I just think he probably saw his arse when I said I wouldn't give him the money for his management.
Oh well. Nah, it is good when celebrities offer their time without asking for money. Would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would.
See, one of the...
Oh, sorry. You carry on.
No, go for it. It's fine.
Yeah, because I was gonna. I was speaking to someone before Dame Angela Lansbury passed, and I was trying to organise an interview with her, seeing if she wanted to do a video call, because he was her assistant, and he saw his arse with me as well, because I was trying to organise a date and a time and all that, and he just blocked me within minutes. It's like, sorry, mate, but I was trying to organise a date and I'm that kind of person. You know what I'm like. I type quite a lot when no one answers. So he saw his arse. Most people have seen their arse with me, and it's like, I'm not really bothered if you don't want me to contact you. It's your loss. I know I deserve it sometimes because I do contact people quite a lot, but I'm trying to get better.
See, I'd like to... I'd love to speak to Lady Gaga. I'd really love to speak to Lady Gaga. I think she'd be mint. But again, this thing is with her, she travels so much. Trying to get
Yeah.
hold of her is like really difficult.
Yeah.
And obviously, again, time difference.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Like another interview I done the other week, I don't know how much you go on YouTube, but I done an interview with a lord.
All right.
Lord, you can look later, but his name's Lord Nicholas James Kimbolton. The 12th Duke of Manchester's grandson, and he's like a lord. I think he's a lord. No, he's not a lord now. I think he's just a lord. But his family were the family Montagu or whatever it is. I can't remember now. You pronounce it, but his second godfather's Prince King Charles, his godmother's the Queen, the ex-Queen, his second godmother is Princess Anne, his proper godfather's Prince Edward, and he's related to like Prince Harry and all them kind of people.
Wow.
Through marriage, I think, and all that kind of stuff. But his grandma's the 12th Duke of Manchester's wife, Her Grace, the Duchess of Manchester, who's currently still going strong. But he saw his arse with me once. I can't contact him anymore. I only have to contact him via his secretary because he wasn't impressed with the constant winging due to the time difference and all that. But he still will talk to me, and I have to check with his secretary if he's free or if he wants to do a video. But only one day he gave me an email through his cousin, and he said he'd chase that up, and he looked a bit annoyed when I asked him today, when I checked with your cousin, keep forgetting she's in America. He went, no, I've not contacted you yet. It's like, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I was only checking. But he done that out of the blue. That was unexpected. It was about, I think it was something like 2:00 here, and it was about almost gone midnight there in Australia. And he thought out his time and joined me on Zoom and done a Zoom with me. And like, because I don't know how to screen record on certain devices, so he screen recorded it to me and sent it me and all that. So that was really nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
And now he says I can share some of his videos. Well, I'm not going to share the videos of him reacting to certain videos, but I've shared one when he passed the death sentence and just put, what are they called again? They're not thumbnails. Thumbnails are the ones you put in your videos. What are they called again?
Don't know.
Background editor or something like that. I think it is a background editor. A watermark. That's it. Put a watermark over them so
right.
people know I've used it. He says I'm more than happy to use his video. Well, I know YouTube say you're not supposed to use certain videos. Well, he says I'm absolutely fine to use them.
That's cool.
That's why I checked with you in the first place if I could use that video, because I didn't really want to just put it on straight away without asking your permission.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm glad you asked.
That's going back a bit now.
God, yeah. I can't even remember which video it was now.
Wasn't it the one I asked for the trans radio, wasn't it, or something?
Pride Radio.
Yeah, Pride Radio, that's it.
Might have been about it's either about coming out or visibility. I think. Because I've done a few.
Yeah,
For Pride Radio. I've done one with Huffington Post as well. That was cool.
Question:
Yep.
how can a kitten be found with no sex organs?
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
It's just come up on my news on Twitter, the BBC UK, and it's just come up. It's been found with no sex organs in a veterinary. I know it's not related, but I just was like, that's why I just was like, what the hell?
Well, I suppose the same with anything. You know, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
What were you saying again?
It can happen to anyone. Any living creature.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's all to do with the enzymes and hormones and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Poor thing. So whereabouts are you actually based?